Hi, and welcome to God in 10 Minutes, give or take. I'm Jack. Okay, this again is a short presentation on video. On video. I'll be on video on numbers. Okay, numbers in the Bible. And again, it's with Ivan Panin. Ivan Panin has gone through. You want to know what study looks like. Ivan Panin went through the whole Bible doing this numerical value stuff, numerics, seeing all the different patterns of numbers. Again, let me remind you that in numerics, it's not like gematria. See, the numbers in gematria are symbols. They're not quantity. And the numbers in numerics are not symbols, okay? They're patterns of schemes of numbers that are impossible to make out, just impossible to do. Only the inspiration of God could accomplish these kinds of things. It's another hidden code in the Bible, another layer of the onion. But this time we want to talk about, never mind the Bible, just the table of contents contains supernatural influence, okay? Now, one thing I have to warn you about is that a lot of these things that I'm talking about with this one here are based on Westcott and Hort. Can you see that? Westcott and Hort, okay? Because the way they line up the table of contents, they don't line them up in order the way your Bible says, okay? They line them up in sections, the sections that they belong to, okay? The books that all are about the law, okay? The first 5 books of the Bible, actually, about the law, they're grouped in one group. All the books that are letters or contain letters are in one group. Okay, all the general writings are in one group. Okay, so it turns out that the Bible has seven great divisions. Okay, Luke talks about the three big divisions in the Old Testament. He talks about it in 24, verse 44. Luke 24:44. Jesus says, all things written of me in the law of Moses, 1, the prophets, another 1, and the Psalms. Okay, well, when you look over the Old Testament, you find those 5 books in the law, all the prophets, Joshua to Malachi, okay, and then everything that's left, Psalms and Chronicles, are all writings, right? Kings and Chronicles and Psalms and so forth. When you get to the New Testament, there are 4 natural divisions in the New Testament. First, you got the Gospels, obviously, four Gospels, and then you've got all the letters or books that contain letters. Okay, and then there's Revelation, and that's kind of all by itself, isn't it? There's nothing else. It doesn't. There aren't 2 Revelation books, right? And there aren't 2 direct history books like Acts. So you've got the Gospel, Acts, letters, Revelation. You got 7 altogether, okay? Features of 11. He found 30 features of 11 just in the table of contents, and the numbers of times that different names of Old Testament writers are used in the whole Bible. 30 features of 11. I probably could work for 5 or 6 years and come up with 2 or 3. Okay? Number 1, 66 books. Okay? 6 times 11. Feature number 2, there are anonymous books and non-anonymous books. We know who wrote this, and we don't know who wrote that. Of the anonymous books, Now, this doesn't take in conjecture, okay? We don't say, well, we're pretty sure that Moses wrote that book, but it doesn't say in there that Moses wrote it, okay? So we don't know for sure. But the ones that we don't know for sure, anonymous, 22. 2 times 11. And of course, there's 44 left over. Still, he figures that as feature number 2. Feature number 3 takes in people who we know wrote books, how many of them, and how many did they write multiple books? Moses wrote multiple books, okay? Well, of the 22 known writers, of the known writers, 22 of those known writers, that would be 44 non-anonymous books, 22 of those books, those writers, wrote more than one book. Okay? Wrote more than one book. Feature number 4, of the books that are letters, or contain letters, there are 33, 3 times 11, and 33 non-letters. Feature number 4, in the first 5 great divisions, there are 44 books. Feature number 6, the 44, in the 44 books, the largest and smallest divisions are the largest and the smallest. Okay, take the largest of the 44 of the 66 books of the divisions. Oh, I'm getting so confused here. 44 books in the largest and smallest divisions. Okay, and then there's 22 books in the other divisions. The largest divisions and the smallest divisions total 44 books, and there's 22 left over. Acts, that's a division. Acts is the 44th book. 44th, that's feature number 7. Feature number 8, like Acts, we go to Revelation, one particular division, is book number 66. Okay, no-brainer. Feature number 9, there are books that are narrative books, and there are books that aren't narrative books. Okay? Of the narrative books, there are 22. Of the non-narrative books, there are 22. We also have feature number 10 is 11 narrative books from Esther to Acts. Right? And then feature number 11, I'm not going to read all 30 of these, okay? Feature number 11 is 22 books are instruction and prophecy, okay? And this is a good part here. You got to be able to remember that if one name is left out of one book, okay, in the whole Bible, if one name is left out, the whole scheme falls apart, okay? Because we're not talking about it's close like horseshoes, okay? So, in the whole Bible, the names of the Old Testament writers are named in all different books, okay? Moses' name is in all kinds of different books, okay? If you total up all the books that contain the name Moses, there's 31 of those. That's not 11. Doesn't have to be. Okay? If you total up all the books where the name Isaiah appears, Old Testament and New Testament now, 12 books. Jeremiah appears in 8 different books. Hosea, 7 books. Joel, 7 books. Daniel in 6 books. David appears in 28 different books. And now we can total up all of those. 31 plus 12 plus 8 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6 plus 28, 99. 99. That's feature number 26. 99. Okay? Feature number 27 the names of Moses, Hosea, or David are mentioned in 66 books. Okay? So I've got a little thing here. See, the names that are mentioned the most, okay, those 3 names are in 66, total 66 different books. Not 66 different books, but 66 times. The ones that are left, okay, now that's not the number of books involved there. That's the number of books where these names appear, how many times they appear in these numbers of books, okay? The shortest names, those other 4 names, appear in 33 books, 66 and 33, okay? Feature number 29. Oh, that was 29. No, that was not 29. Feature 29, Moses, just Moses, is mentioned in the non-letters. The books that aren't letters or don't contain letters, Moses' name appears 825 times. Not 823 or 820 or 790, 825. Okay? That's 11 times 75. That's another 11, right? But in the books that are letters or contain letters, his name is mentioned 22 times. That's another 11. In the New Testament, out of those 22 times, okay, the book of Hebrews mentions Moses 11 times. That's another 11. And then there's 11 left over. 30 features of the number 11 were found by Ivan Panin in just the table of contents and the names. How does something like that happen without the inspiration of God? Huh? And, gee, if God is all of these other places that we've talked about, and He's true to His Word in all those places, well, why can't we believe that He says, if you act and trust in me, I'll put my Spirit in your body? This is the basis of faith. This is so to help you with your Christian walk. Okay? When Jesus says to the Pharisees, yeah, you should tithe. You were right to tithe. That means the same thing for us. We're supposed to be tithing. Tithing? Well, wait a minute. That'd be $6,000 a year off my salary. I couldn't afford to do that. If you got the faith in God, if you know He's really real, you won't even think that stuff. You say, oh, okay, write that check. See? God in 10 minutes. Thanks a lot for watching. God bless.